Hello everyone, this is Rohit Manoran and welcome back to the Checkpoint Lab training. For this video, we'll be discussing about policy rule based on zones. Okay, so let's quickly discuss about zones. Just little bit theory. We will jump into lab as soon as possible. So what are zones? I will quickly discuss it. Okay, so you are familiar with our topology, which was this, and consider a firewall Ethernet interface as inside zone. And about inside zone, it's the most, or you can say more secure one. I will take back the most secure one because there have been attacks out there where the attacks has been initiated from inside zone, but it's a more secure one, not completely secure. It's a more secure one. And for demonstration purpose, I will create a Ethernet 2 just for this just for explaining. I have no I will not create it in real firewall, so just for demonstration, so consider it as a host, and I will describe it as DMZ zone. So DMZ zone, about DMZ zone, it's more secure than outside and it's less secure than inside. So if I'm giving it a order, so it will be 100, and you can say it is 50% secure. It's 100% secure. 100% I will say that, but it's not more secure. Okay, and Ethernet 1 being the outside network, it's the least secure because Ethernet 1 is connected to internet, and internet is a vulnerable place because many hackers are there, so it will be the most vulnerable port. As Checkpoint being the stateful firewall, if inside PC or if an inside host try to communicate to the outside world, okay, try to communicate with the outside world, so this traffic will be allowed by our firewall because it's flowing from inside to outside. So means my trusted network to untrusted network, it will allow that. But if and it will also uh, accept the return traffic also. Okay, but if you initiate the traffic from outside network, if this PC is trying to communicate to this Ethernet 1, eh, and forget about this firewall. Okay, so if PC2 is trying to communicate, because it's an internet, right? So if PC2 is trying to communicate to Ethernet 1 and connect it to PC1, it will not allow it because the initiator of this uh, traffic was from outside. So it will not allow. It will only allow from inside to outside. Okay. So that's means from more secure area to less secure area. So that's the theory about and DMZ can also access if the traffic is, because as I told, it's 50 and you can say it's 100, or and outside being the 0. So 50 can go to 0. It's like a firewall method, means firewall not, it's a waterfall method. So being in the top height, you can go to the lower bottom, but you can't go up. That's my kind of technique to remember this. Okay, so if there is a firewall, if the height is 100, you can go down to 0, right? And if you are in between, you are 50, you can go down, but 0 can't go up. There is a condition where 0 can go. There is a condition where this PC can communicate if you place an ACL. Okay, we will discuss it later. This is not needed in this lecture or this video. Okay, so let me clear this out. So I will tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I will be specifying our Ethernet 0 as inside and Ethernet 1 as outside. And for this lab, I will create a security policy based on zones that source will be inside, destination will be outside. Okay, and I will accept traffic, means traffic will be HTTP, HTTPS, DNS, and SSH. So DNS is not needed, so SSH, and the action of this traffic will be accept the traffic. if it's from Ethernet 0 to Ethernet 1, accept that traffic. So I will create this policy in a firewall. So firstly, a plan is to first specify each and every interface to the security zones. So I will attach Ethernet 0 as inside zone and Ethernet 1 as outside. So not attach, I will specify. Okay. So let's jump into a Windows PC. I have changed this Windows PC to Windows 10 so that Windows PC to Windows 10. Okay. So it was previously Windows 7. That's why it was a little bit slower. That's why I changed it to Windows 10. Now, and nothing has been changed. So I've just reinstalled it with Windows 10. So the topology isn't changed. So let's jump into a Windows PC and do the just perform this lab. Yeah. But for that, I will pause this video and directly show you my Windows screen. Yeah. As you can see, we are in a Windows machine, and to confirm it, I will go here and type CMD. Yeah. And I will show you the IP is same. IP config. Oh, sorry, I didn't click it. Okay, IP config. Hit enter. Yeah, our IP is 120, and our mask is 24, and our gateway is a AF firewall. Okay, so let's jump into the lab. Okay, so I have already logged into a smart console, and these are devices. So I will be specifying interfaces on firewall 1. So let me minimize this and show you the topology again. Yeah. So I will be specifying interface. I will be specifying Ethernet interface as inside, E1 as outside. Okay. So to do that, I have to jump into my Windows. Yeah. And let me clear this and make it full screen. Yeah. So what you have to do is simply double click the SG1. SG1 is my firewall 1, security gateway 1. I will double click it and it will open up the edit. Okay. So what I have to do is click on network management, and inside that network management, I will get the interfaces. And currently there are no interfaces. To get the interfaces, it's very easy. You have to click on get interface, and get interface with topology or without topology, it doesn't matter. So I will accept it. There are two interfaces, Ethernet 0 as 192.168.1.111 and Ethernet 1 as 63.8.0.1.1. Okay. So what you have to do is simply click on it, and as you can see, currently we have no security. That's why it's showing security zone is none. What you have to do is simply click on modify, and you have to check mark this one. Specify security zone. You have to specify one security. Okay. So I will specify one security zone, and there are a couple of zones. So I will try to create my own by clicking on new, and that it will pop a window where I have to specify a zone name. So I will name it inside, and I will click on OK. Okay, sorry, OK, and the object is created and our zone is being specified, and I will click on OK. Okay, yeah, great. Now what you have to do is go to Ethernet 1, and I will specify this zone. As you can see, it's none of security zone is none, which means there is no security zone right now. Click on modify, go to security zone. Under security zone, check mark this specify security zone. Click on this. You can mention there are zones. So I will. There is no outside zone. That's why I'm creating a new object. But there is an external zone. You can use it. So I will create a new object called outside. Yeah. I will click OK. Okay. And finally again OK. Okay. So our interfaces has been assigned with a zone. So what you have to do next is jump to security policy, and we have a policy. We have some policy. We have to add an extra policy. Okay, we have to add an extra policy. So I will add it above it. So I will right click it, or you can simply click on this icon. It will uh, do the same thing. So I will right click it, and above I will create it above one policy. So the default fields will be there, and I have to modify it. So what I will do is I will make it into out. Yeah. Okay. Out T, not out. Okay. Great. And I will specify source as inside. So if I click on this, it is loading. Yeah. So recently used objects are there. So I will specify it as inside. Okay. Great. And I will specify destination as outside, as we discussed. Okay. Now what you have to do is simply go and select the application services and applications which you are going to access to this port. So I will specify SSH, same as the above SSH, and click on this small plus which will add it. HTTP, I will add both the HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP, HTTPS, and you can mention ICMP, DNS, whatever you want. So currently I don't want any of that, so I will just leave it. Okay, close it, and the action I have to make the action as accept. Action as accept, and let us keep a log of it. Okay, great. And yeah, so our inside to outside is there, but it will not work because there is uh, one rule, because we are management PC, right? So we are trying to access. So I will disable this rule. So to disable, it's very easy. You have to just right click and go for disable and check mark this. Yeah, and it's disabled. And if I publish this rule, it will be disabled and this will come into picture. Yeah. So I'm going to publish that I made these changes at this time and etc. I will not add a description, but in corporate environment, adding a description is better if you are not only the firewall administrator. Okay. The next thing you have to do is install this policy. Yeah. You have to click on install policy. It will show you the both the firewall, but I have to only do it on firewall 1. So firewall 2 is not needed. You can implement it in firewall 2, which will do nothing because I didn't specify anything, means specify any zones in firewall 2. But to make it quicker, that's why I removed firewall 2. Okay, SG2. I will click on install, and then it will install the policy. And if we are still logged in, okay, I have not yet accessed it. Okay, it's failed. So let's check why it failed. Okay, the session has been out. Okay, let's check. Let's troubleshoot this thing. So it was nothing. It was actually I misplaced the interface. I just switched the interface. That's why SG1 was not communicating. I just I just switched it back, and it's fine now. So we mentioned about I actually changed the interfaces, and now I think everything will be fixed. And I installed the policy. Okay. So what you have to do is simply go for HTTPS, and if I am able to access, sorry, I just messed it up. Yeah, HTTPS :// 63.8.0.4. If I messed it up, I guess I will be not be able to connect this firewall to. So if I hit enter, let's see if we can reach and we get the certificate error. Okay, sorry. The IP is 112. I just forgot the IP. Not 4, it's 112. And let's see, we get a certificate error. Yeah, We got a certificate error, and if we go to details, go on to the page, we are in our second firewall, which is in outside network. So we are successful implementing the zones. Okay, so I basically did was I switched the interface. I'll just show you what I did. Let me minimize it. I actually made this full setup in EXSI server. That's why it got messed up. Yeah. So what I did was I just switched these two interfaces. Sorry, switched these two interfaces. It was like this. These two interfaces were switched. That's why it was not able to push the configuration, and it eventually got error. That's why I have figured it out. I went to my exercise server and fixed that. Okay, I can't show you exercise server. That's why I'm not showing you. Okay, so that was it. I did that thing and it was fixed. And as you can see, I can communicate 63.8.0.1112, which is in outside network of a firewall one. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.